Alright, here's hoping everything's set up correctly. Let me know if I sound weird. Let me know if it looks weird. It's been a while. And the last time I streamed, I was playing RimWorld on the gaming computer, not on this computer, and the microphone. Mic is kind of iffy, that's what I was afraid of. Hang on just one second. Just one second. Staticky. Okay, how's that? Is that any better? Yeah, I always sound weird, but that's nothing new. Well, thanks, Cyber. Did I fix the static? I don't want there to be static. What's up? Not much. Hope you're doing well. Definitely clearer, but sounds like it's in your mouth. Okay, what if I move it further away? How's that sound? Could also be a positioning issue. I don't hear static. Okay, great. Perfect? Okay, it was a positioning issue. Crack the Red Bull. Get the background noise going so you guys aren't just stuck with me yabbering. Oh, that's kind of loud. Okay. White Bat Audio. Anyone listening to Peak? The video game? I've been seeing people play Peak. I've talked with some people about maybe doing a collab with that coming up. Now, I can't drink liquor, Cyber. I can drink energy drinks, and I've downgraded to the sugar-free Red Bull. I got to get my carbohydrate intake. I don't know why I said it like that. But I gotta get my carb intake down. I hope that wasn't a piece off of the model. This little white fleck. Whoops. But I've got a lot of my health stuff figured out. So now I can get back to streaming. I've got 2 job aspects. Potential job offers maybe in the future. Cyberwolf, thank you for re-upping your subscription for 16 months now. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to keep the sub while I was gone. K-pop Demon Hunters, mainly the most popular song, Your Idol. Okay, cool. What's up, Alice? Boycotting YouTube due to the AI, but want to say hi. Well, hi back. Hopefully you can watch on Twitch if you want to watch. Totally understand the age verification. Maybe I'll look into streaming on Kick as well, and we'll do triple streams. Did they get you robot eyes? That would be really cool. Archotech eyes, like in RimWorld or something. But no robot eyes, sadly. I still have the same eyes and the same guts, but they found something bad and they cut it out, and now I'm on brand new medication, and hey, I can only go up from here, man, so that's what we're going to focus on. Triple streaming, my poor bandwidth. I have gigabit cyber. I have fiber optic, so I think I could handle it. It's either I stream on one website in 4K or I stream to 3 websites. I could be like the guys that stream to Kick and then just ignore their Kick chat the whole time, but it's like, hey, I'm here. Sub to me. Well, you guys might remember, might not, but I was working on Yoruichi from Bleach. The last time, I think I showed you guys me taking her off of the supports and sanding her and stuff. But I've put some layers of paint down, and I need to work on finishing her. Because I don't like having projects sitting there But I am quite proud of myself. I initially thought like this skin color was going to be the color I was going to go with. And I was like, if you're not familiar with Yoruichi from Bleach, she's definitely darker than that. So I found this mix of paint that's a little bit more of the, I guess, mocha colored, maybe? I don't know. But it looks better this way. So we'll put 2 layers of this down. What's up, Mercenary? How are you? She's not tan, she's got flavor. I like to describe colors by flavor, not by just the straight color. I could say tan, and some people might think khaki, and that's not quite what we're going for here. But she definitely has darker skin, and I'm not used to that painting that, so I definitely had to work on acquiring the right mix of colors to get the color that I like. So this is what we're going to go with. I already ran it by the customer who commissioned me, and he likes the color, so I'm going to go forward with it. Anywhere you see pink on her, this is a trick that I learned for painting skin, was to, it looks purple on the screen almost. It is pink purple. But something I learned on while researching how to paint skin was to put pink down first and then paint the skin tone on top of it. So it's like you have your muscle layer, and then you're painting your dermis, your skin layer on top of it. So because I'm painting with brushes, if my brush stroke doesn't perfectly cover it through, it might look like it makes it look a little bit more, because your skin, I mean, this is an anime character, but your skin's not perfectly one color all the way through. You get little splotches and blemishes and stuff over there too, so it might make her look more realistic. But yeah, I already started blocking out where the base colors are. Started working on the hair. We got a nice purple going. I probably should have a reference picture downloaded to pull up. We went to 2 more law firms. They rejected your case. Dang, I can't believe you're still looking. What's up, Shaq? How are you doing? Would recommend trying TikTok over Kick first to see if that vibes with you. The only thing, I think streaming on TikTok, don't you have to be vertical with your videos? Which isn't an issue. I just have to, I think there's a way through Streamlabs I can create a vertical output to TikTok. I almost said kick-cock. Mixing kick and TikTok. It was 108 today. Holy moly, that's hot. Yeah, kick cock. Related to Bangkok. Okay, yeah, so we have purple bangs. I did a little bit of work here. Purple mane hair with her cloth and red ribbon hair tie. Gonna be 111 tomorrow for your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Shaq. Okay, so she wears black on the for the rest of her clothes. So we got her leggies. I'm not going to do straight black. This is just for the base color. I'm probably going to come over this with like a gray black. They call it a German black or German gray, something like that. But we'll highlight with like a dark gray, so that way we still have the, you know, deep black with the as a shade still. It's been remarkably cooler. 77 still like the 98. Yeah, it cooled off a bit here, but we got a bunch of rain, and what inevitably happens here is when we get rain, it gets humid. So then it's like, oh yeah, it's cold, but you still sweat because it's still humid out. Yeah, like it says it's 70, and I was just outside with Rocky about an hour ago, and I mean, I was sweating like crazy. Many beers will be destroyed. We'll have one for me, since I can't have one. I'm trying to think what else we got. Oh yeah, she also has her wrist with a little bit of Rocky hair on it. So I'm not sure how far I'm gonna get, but we're just gonna throw some paint down. Mostly, I want to try to get the actual skin color down to cover up this pink, because she looks alien with pink skin. So I'll have 3. Can't wait to play Rivals again. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the itch to play Rivals without you. Oh, and then I started working on the base too, so I got this. So, ignore. I mean, when it's blurry, kind of like what it is on the webcam, it looks good, but in person, it's like really splotchy. So, I'm going to finish painting like the sky blue down, and then we're going to come over with a thin layer of like white paint on top of it, so it looks like a whoosh cloud for the effect. And then the stones I painted brown, but I think I'm just gonna use brown as a base color and come in with a light gray and make them look like stones. And then the lightning. So, in the reference images, her hand was like pure yellow. So it's like this. This is literally just flat yellow on top of white. And then the lightning effect coming off of her, I started orange as the base layer, and then I've been trying to build up yellow on top of it. So I think I'll put another layer of flat yellow, and then I'll do like yellow mixed with white to highlight it. To try and make it look like a magic effect. I'm hoping like the brush strokes come through and make it look like, you know, lightning-y, like all jagged and zigzaggy and stuff. I was about to say zagged, like zigzag and jagged. We're inventing words. When my brain just mushes two words together, we're making up new words to put in the English language. So, I think that's all the pieces to show you guys. Oh, the hard part is going to be the face. Thankfully, the eyes are molded, but it's still going to be delicate work to get the face and lips done. Okay. So that's everything. That's what we're working on tonight. Hopefully we get some progress. I don't know if I'll be able to finish her. So. Or I definitely won't be able to finish her. It'll be at least one more coat of yellow on all the lightning effects. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Back from terminal tummy hurt. Yup. What's up, Joe? Doing good. How are you? Terminal's an interesting choice of words, Gondola. No, wait, I'm getting terminal mixed up. I wasn't that sick, but I was sick. So sweet, so easy on the S, but hideous on the inside. What? Alright. Where else I was going to start? Oh, I want to start with skin. Since I have the approval on the skin. We'll, Hey, Cyber, thank you so much for gifting. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, there it goes. Oh, it didn't pop up. Did it pop up your Twitch one? I don't think it did. Oh, you're posting lyrics, I think is what you're doing. Links, thank you so much for the resub over on YouTube for 43 months. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. And then congrats Gondola for the gifted sub from Cyberwolf. And for whatever reason, Twitch isn't popping up, but I've probably been off Streamlabs so much that my login token expired. So I'll have to fix that after today. I don't know if I can fix it right now. I have a terminal case of stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. And everything is terminal, says Gondola. Yep. All right. So here's my... Did this all dry out? Yeah, it's pretty dry. Oh, a little bit of water and we revived it. All right. So my test piece was just the brown on straight white primer. So I'm hoping the pink undercoat gives us a little bit of... might give us a little bit more fuller of a color. But I guess we won't know until we put it down. And it's just paint. We can strip it off or put more down on top of it. But that's what we're working on. So, what's been new, guys? Like I said, I've gone to the doctor. I've had surgery. I have new medicine. My sister got married. Her wedding was awesome. even though she's had her her trials and tribulations these last couple of weeks too. I'm still hunting for a job, but like I said, I've got two good prospects. Got back to me today finally. Did she become a bridezilla? No, no. She had to put her cat down, which was really sad because I love that cat. I had I had briefly pet sit him for a while, so I knew him pretty good. And then she got in a car accident, and this was all this was the week before her wedding, so congrats to my sister on the wedding. Thank you. Yeah. She got hit by someone who didn't have car insurance, so it's been a nightmare. What's up, Lewis? We're getting a new Lego Batman game. I heard we're getting a couple of good games, a couple of new games. We're getting Dawn of War 4 is exciting. I hope it goes back to its roots because I really like Dawn of War 1. My girlfriend's doing good. Thank you for asking. We're kind of excited because one of my job offers might bring me closer to her, basically back to where I grew up and met her. So, not trying to count our eggs before they hatch, but we were really excited at the possibility that if I get one of the jobs I'm looking at, that we'll be able to finally move in together. Yes, I still have my dog. Rocky's doing great. He just turned 13. He's an old man. Hey, what's up, Reggie? I'm your main Duska. Did you like that KFC tweet I sent you? Because you keep asking to borrow a fry. Here, damn. No, it's good to see everyone again. KFC brought back wedges. Yeah. If I didn't have... You can mark off on the bingo Will talking about his health. If I didn't have the intolerance to potatoes, I would be all over those wedges. We getting air riders? I watched a little bit of that, and that looks really cool. It's like, okay, kids have had their turn with Mario Kart. Now it's time for the grown-ups to play. Some people are getting me hyped for Battlefield 6. I'm probably going to be like one of the last people to install it because I'm just always so iffy about these kernel-level anti-cheats. And then I end up playing the game anyways. I just give up on my values and say, okay, I do want to play with my friends. I guess I don't care about China having all my data. Found a new small VTuber who's a new level of girl failure, Krelly the cow VTuber. I have not met her or heard of her, but I do like cow VTubers. I follow a couple of them. So I might check her out. I think Nimi dropped a new song today, right? A new song or a new cover. It was an animated music video. She runs in the Neurosama. Oh, okay, cool. I did see Iron Mouse was in that song. Yes, I didn't listen to the song. I just saw the clips on Twitter because people were like, "Oh my god, it's Iron Mouse." Do I listen to Amelie? I follow her, but wait, no, I have listened to her music. Yes, I'll say yes, I do. I've started branching out some of my music. Oh, you've met her. That's really cool. Yeah, it's been a sad month in the indie scene. There's a lot of my friends and mutuals have gone on indefinite hiatus or graduated or just quit. At least one of them went from streaming to making... He's like, you know what? I had fun streaming, but I want to go back to just making edited videos. And then he puts out like back to back to back hilarious Mega Man edits. So I was like, you know what? These are really funny. So if they're good, so it wasn't like... I thought his streams were plenty entertaining too, but... Could be worse, could be V Shoujo. Oh my god, I guess the V Shoujo thing did happen since we last talked, huh? I really like a lot of the girls in V Shoujo, but I just gotta wonder to myself, like, how long do you stick with a company that's not paying you? That just seems so... Like, you miss one paycheck with me. I'm calling HR, I'm calling payroll, I'm figuring out where my money is. So then it just makes me angry that if they were just like constantly lied to or if they were threatened. And those things really boils my blood. What's up, Sensakuroi? How are you doing? Yeah, V Shoujo's no more, which is crazy. It went from such a... Can't call HR if they don't exist, yeah. It's crazy how quickly that company went from... Well, I mean, the PR for these companies is their talents, right? And it's crazy how quickly they just burned through all their... I don't know. I think it was Iron Mouse revealing the issue was just like a flash fire, just burned any goodwill that the company would have. It's like the number one rule in VTubing is like, don't fuck with Iron Mouse. Like, oh my god, the poor thing was crying in the reveal video. I was mad. Like, I don't watch a whole lot of Iron Mouse, but she's done so many amazing things considering, how sick she is. And then stomp in the face of that and the charity work she did is like, Yeah, the Nux thing was weird. I'll admit, but I also don't know what they could have done in that situation. I'm not a watcher of Iron Mouse, but a fellow Puerto Rican, I had my support. Yeah. What happened with Nux? He was doing some investigation thing into something that was happening with V Shoujo. But, like, he had promised the girls that he wasn't going to reveal stuff. And then he ended up revealing stuff. And then, like, it just burned a lot of bridges. It was really sad. Again, it kind of goes back to that number one rule of don't fuck with Iron Mouse. But he was like, nope, I gotta make this video. thank you for your time and consideration, and I'm just gonna ignore your wishes. And I can't even remember what the original thing he was investigating. Merlin says it's something related to doxing. I think I remember something with someone was impersonating a V Shoujo staff member, and then using that to, oh hey, we received your application, we'd like to learn more about you, and then just using that to dox people. So, but again, in that situation, it's like I don't know how much that V Shoujo could have done. They tried to get Nux to give his info. Oh, that's maybe why Nux got involved, was because he was like, they attempted to catfish him, and he's like, this doesn't smell right. What's up, Karma? Have I done the required Rocky Boop Snoop? Yep. So I never would have thought like a drop of green would make brown and pink make the right color of skin that I'm looking for. But if anyone's curious on how to do the same like tan skin color I'm doing, it's 1 part Brown Rose by Vallejo. I hope that's how you pronounce the company name. And then 1 part medium flesh tone. This one. 1-to-1. And you put a trace amount of olive. And that's how we're making her skin. Never underestimate the greens. So we call melanin. Yeah. Let me make sure it's mixed in my brush properly too. Directions unclear, made a bomb. You know what? As an alchemist, making a bomb is also an appropriate outcome too. What upset me about the situation was he got the all clear to make that video by management, but then they realized, wait, this is bad. Oh, so they took back their permission after he'd already made it. I see. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Nux. I just know that he was involved with Mutahar, and Mutahar's also been going through the ringer too, so. And then I heard that Nux stole his model or something. Or didn't pay the guy for the model, or stole the idea. I don't remember. Hey, what's up, Exodus? Thank you for the $5 super chat. I dropped my wallet. Welcome back. Is all your personal stuff good now? Yeah, my personal stuff was health related. I'm on 2 new medications now since the last time you saw me. Part of that was arguing with insurance because lost my job, got a new insurance plan on the marketplace, and then trying to get insurance to approve the procedure and medications. But all that is figured out. So now that I know my health is okay, now I'm back to working really hard to try to find a job. And then I had this thought last night. I was like, if I could put time and energy into YouTube and the 3D printing and stuff, maybe I can get that back online. Make money that way. Who knows? I mean, I definitely want to keep doing this for fun while I can. I should get a 3D printer to print a big pair of tits, the birds, not boobies, just for the wordplay. Spray paint them blue. Here's my big blue tits. Insurance is trash. Yep. Oh, I did break both of my 3D printers. I still don't have a Journey of the Broke. Oh yeah, if Journey of the Broke stands for job, then yes, I am still unemployed. How did I break both? Well, one printer I've had for 8 months now, maybe 9 months, and the screen burnt out on it. And the company says, "Oh, we only warranty those for 3 months." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that sucks." But okay, so I got my 9 months out of it, and I ordered a new screen, and then I was just like really anxious, and I don't know why I was so anxious since I've built so many computers and stuff. Um, I was anxious about taking it apart and putting it together because part of taking it apart was the plugs in the motherboard. They put a hot glue on it and glue the plugs down. So they send me this video about how to take it apart, and they're like, "Yeah, just reach in with a pair of pliers and yank the glue off." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? How is this the technical process for replacing a screen?" So I was down to one printer for a while, and things are okay. The new printer has some growing pains that it's not exactly the same as my old printer in certain aspects. So, I was learning and printing and things were going okay. And then this happened like last week. I went to I tried printing a piece and it printed to the bottom of the vat. It didn't print to the build plate. And I was like, "Okay, that sucks." So I go to take my vat up so that way I can drain the resin out of it and then work on cleaning the piece that cured to the bottom of the vat. And the bottom of these things have like a thin layer, basically like Teflon. I don't know how else to describe it. But it's transparent, so that way it lets the UV light come through and cure the resin in the tank to the build plate. And when I picked up this vat, it apparently must have had a small enough hole that it cured to the screen. And when I pulled up, this tiny hole just went rip. And I just dumped a whole half-liter of resin just straight down onto the screen and all over the printer. Now, thankfully, they built this printer in such a way that, like, the motherboard, instead of laying flat underneath, is actually up on its side behind everything. So I don't think any of the electronics got splashed by this resin spill. But I had a half-liter of resin, like, down the front of my pants, all over my machine, all over my workstation. I have dog pads on the floor, and those worked really well to pick up all the mess. So my carpet didn't get ruined, thankfully. But yeah. So now I need to take apart my old printer or my new printer and clean everything thoroughly to get all the resin out. And instead of doing that, I replaced the screen on the other one, because I thought that would be an easier job. And it was an easier job, and now I'm a little bit more confident in taking these things apart and working with them. That'll piss me off. Oh, I was so mad. Well, and here's the part where I hate myself so much for it, is before I started that print, I had looked at the screen, the film, and I had seen, oh, it does look a little scuffed. Maybe I'll replace it after one more print. I thought, what's one more gonna do? How's one more gonna hurt me? And then disaster. Just absolute disaster. So I still need to put that one back together. But no, now I've learned my lesson. Now I'm gonna be extra cautious, and anytime I think, that looks a little funky, I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it. And I'm just gonna hope that nothing critical underneath where the screen is damaged. It's entirely user error, which is the part that pisses me off the most. I was just so stupid. It's like I can't be mad at anyone but myself. Can't blame anyone else, I can't even be like, you should have told me. No, I seriously like took it out, looked at it, and said, yeah, that's fine. The LSB language was probably flying. Well, the part that killed me was, first of all, they were really nice jeans, and those are ruined. You can never get resin out of the clothes. And I poured so much on myself, and the resin is very toxic. So I was like, I got to jump in the shower and hope I get all this off before the poison kills me or whatever else it's going to do. And then I was supposed to be heading out the door to go to something. I think this happened right before the wedding. Maybe I was like supposed to get ready to like drive down to my hotel. Maybe that's what it was. Anyway, so yeah, I was, oh man, I was so mad. Cursed toxic genes, yeah. Yeah, my dumbass went to the Elegoo Discord. That's the company that makes the 3D printers. And I was like, hey, does anyone got any idea how to get resin out of the clothes? And Eric was like, just throw it out, just throw it out. It's bad, don't touch it. If it's on you, wash now. I was like, ah. But I mean, like, the photopolymer resin is pretty nasty stuff, so I can always buy more jeans. Skin tone looks spot on. Thank you. I think the pink under color does really help with making it look more fleshy and less flat. I do think I am globbing it on a little bit, so we're gonna wet this down a little bit more. We'll get her thighs, and then we'll move on to another body part. I'm not worried about splashing it up here on the bodysuit because this white trim is going to be black. But I figured pink and brown is lighter than black, so I can come over it with black later and cover it up. Do the opposite of what I did with painting Chun-Li, where I spent forever painting yellow over blue, where it would have been easier to just paint blue over the yellow. But we've learned how to paint better, so. The other thing I can do too is I have really thin strips of like masking tape. But what I'll do once the skin, I'm happy with the skin, is I'll put masking tape where the skin is around the bodysuit and then just paint all black, just straight down. I wasn't expecting a movie called K-Pop Demon Hunters to be contender for movie of the year. I'm glad you like it a lot. I just, I can't take it seriously after I saw that clip of the girl inhaling the sushi, or not inhaling, but like snorting the sushi roll. It was, I then like deep throating it. It was really weird. Why is the Twitch title about RimWorld? Because Streamlabs sucks and didn't update the title. And thanks for letting me know, Gondo. I'll fix it. Deep throat. You can't tell me her just like cracking open her jaw and popping that thing in. It didn't look. I guess it looked a little weird. Maybe a little sus. Maybe my imagination's. This isn't right. Let me fix that. Done. All right. What's up, Skeletor? How are you doing? The edits for that scene went the way you expected the sushi roll? I did, yeah. Started reading the Krieg book. It's pretty sick so far. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've got it right here. I love this book. I also got Assassinorium Kingmaker. Haven't heard that one yet. We're always in RimWorld. Yeah, we're gonna play RimWorld on Thursday. I really like Odyssey. I did do a grouse shit playthrough behind the scenes, let's say. So I have a little bit more knowledge of what we'll do for the game when we get back to it on Thursday. But yeah, I've been really liking this new RimWorld DLC. But the mods? Well, I started a modless playthrough, Karma, so we will have no mods. Maybe P music in the camera. Oh, something else kind of cool. I showed my mom these painting videos, these streams, and she got a camera set up, kind of like what I have with one pointed paint straight down. And she wants to do YouTube videos on how to crochet. So she's she did a test video, but the table that she was on was kind of rickety, so her entire video is blurry because the table that had the camera shook the whole time. But my mom might be doing crochet videos here soon for YouTube, which I think is really cool. It's apparently a Mission Impossible Jason Bourne spy action Warhammer 40k book. Read it after Krieg, then find books on Space Marines or Chaos Gods. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I will say, as far as 40k goes, I started getting into, I started playing Rogue Trader, because I was in a Discord call, and we were talking about, like, old isometric RPGs, aka Fallout 1 and 2. And we were theory crafting, could the guy... Is that the guy? Could the guy beat Fallout 1? And I was like, yeah, maybe. Fallout 1 is actually easier than Fallout 2. But it was like, Fallout 2, he might not be able to beat the tutorial temple. Because the temple, if you don't have, like, melee, you can't beat the temple. Like, there's certain skills that if you don't pick on your character sheet, you can't beat the tutorial temple. I was like, yeah, they don't make games like that anymore. And I was like, yeah, maybe like Baldur's Gate, but like I didn't finish Baldur's Gate. I don't know why Baldur's Gate didn't really capture me. And then someone in the Discord, it might have been Aquasaber, he goes, oh, did you ever play Rogue Trader? I was like, no. It's like, yeah, it's like Fallout XCOM 40k. I'm like, hold up. It's like XCOM? It's like 40k XCOM? That's like Fallout? And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh my god, I have that. I've never installed it. So I installed Rogue Trader, and it is fantastic. I can't believe I slept on this for so long. I didn't finish Baldur's Gate. No, I kind of got bored around the time in Act 2 where they finally reveal... I know his name's not Kendrick Lamar, but I don't know what to call him. The resurrected evil paladin guy, the immortal dude. I make it to his tower. They introduce him as the bad guy. They have him kill the one of the goblins or something. And then I was just like, I just immediately I don't know. Like, I just lost interest. I was like, oh, I don't care. I don't know why, but like all the gusto and the build up leading up to that guy, I don't know what his real name is anymore, but like I was just like, yeah, I'm done. You're gonna co-op beat the game? Okay. Thorn? Was that his full name? Kethric Thorn, Kendrick Lamar. See, they're so similar. Not gonna lie, Baldur's Gate is not my type of game. Play Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader's so good. There's so many DLCs, and each DLC adds what was it, like 15 hours to the game, and there's like 3 DLCs. The entire prologue is voice acted. I did get a little disappointed that like when chapter 1 starts, the voice acting disappears. You only get like some moments of voice acting, not the whole thing is voice acted. I was like, eh. But it's still, oh my god, it's still so good. Because it's like, you're still playing as a human. You're still playing in the administrated and Imperium kind of stuff. But like, you're not like, you don't have to be like super for the Emperor. You can be heretical if you want to, too. And you get different, what I liked was like, you get different power sets, like different abilities available to you, depending on if you fall down follow a path of righteousness or dogmatic or heretical. And there's like different secrets and different types of equipment that unlock for you and stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And the character trees are so expansive with the different talents and abilities that you get to unlock and stuff. And then it has like the XCOM, like action point, not XCOM. Oh, maybe like XCOM. It was like the Fallout style, or maybe it's closer to XCOM. You have movement points and action points. I don't know. I did find that like one of the romances was like kind of, it felt forced very early, and I didn't take it because I was like, I just met this character. I don't know if I want to romance her. And then I'm like, oh god, I hope I don't lock myself out of the option now that I've gotten to know her better. But like, I know, so you're a rogue trader, so you're an agent of the Emperor, so you get to make your own decisions, and everyone has to kowtow to you and suck your dick wherever you go. I mean, it's just like, oh man, it's nice to play a character that has put some respect on my name, you know? Like, it's cool. And the writing is just good everywhere. The battles have been nice and different. Fought a boss that duplicated himself 4 times, and you had to kill the device that was letting him make clones of himself. Oh, the other thing that felt maybe it might be a negative. This is 40k adjacent. Yeah, it's 40k. Hey, yo, Will, what was that? Me, are you talking about me swearing? I'm sorry. 40k gets me hyped up. Yeah, it takes place in the 40k universe. It's called Rogue Trader. Trader. It's like, I think, if I understand the lore properly, when the God Emperor was more alive and coherent, he commissioned a bunch of rogue traders. And my understanding is they're like privateers from when England paid for those. Or maybe England didn't pay for the privateers. Who paid for the privateers back during like the colonial eras and like the 1500s and stuff? 1600s and 1700s. Well, it's like kind of the same idea. It's like you're an agent of the king, or the God Emperor in this case, and you're going out spreading, you know, his word, but at the same time too, you get you have legal God-given literally authority to do whatever you want. So if you find a planet, you can take it under your control. It's yours. You know, like, yeah, you brought it under the wing of the Imperium, but when it pays its taxes, you get that money. Like, that's how the rogue traders operate, you know? So they get to, like, collect tanks and battleships and stuff. I think it was England. And unfortunately, my history is not on that, isn't it? Superb. Oh my gosh. We'll put another layer down so that way it's not so splotchy, but Holy shit, she's looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited. Oh, wait, I missed a part of her butt. Hang on a second. Many European nations did it. Oh, okay. Maybe everyone did it then. Okay, I did the hand. I did the face. Oh, yeah, the face is over there. Okay. I set it down. Okay. Try to lay you down and... I need to lay her down in such a way so her skin doesn't touch anything so it can dry normally. Will language? Yeah, maybe I should... I've been gone too long. I'm getting too casual with my swearing. I'm gonna get an alligator clip. I'll be right back. Pinch her there. We'll pinch her here. To install a clothesline. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a second one of these blocks because I don't want... You see how all my pieces are like crammed up together? I don't want them to... I don't want them to bump into each other and scuff the paint off of each other, or if they're still wet with paint, I don't want like the brown skin to rub off yellow onto the yellow lightning or vice versa or something. Red Bull. But yeah. Rogue Trader has been worth every dollar so far. I didn't watch all of Gamescom, but I did see part of it. The hip cam was too scandalous. I was trying not to show my hips. I was trying to show the rest of my desk setup so you guys could see what I've been working with here. I need to finish her hair. There's a couple of spots. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Or a little bit of white is coming through. Sure. Or maybe I'm just getting ready for the OnlyFans. Hunted down by hip bone? No. Guys, I'm not employed, so if you could go subscribe to my OnlyFans and get that sweet, sweet jean hip action. Ready to make that gooner money? Dude, what's so funny is one of the websites I found all my where I found how to make this mixture for the skin color. It's a Warhammer painting website, but it's called Goonhammer. I think it's because you're painting a lot of army guys, you know, so you'd call them goons, you know, like henchmen in that sense. It's just really funny to think of Goonhammer. But yeah, I guess shout out to goonhammer.com for the painting tutorial, because the guy said, like, hey, mix medium flesh tone, brown rose, and a trace of olive, and you'll get the Southeast Asian look. And I was like, oh, let me try that. And then I did it. I was like, oh, okay. Just got lava and water bucket in Minecraft. Well, you can make a block of obsidian, but I don't know if you have a diamond pick yet. Ninja Gaiden 4. I don't know. I heard the new Tactics is coming out next month. That's what I'm I'm pretty excited for. I gotta finish Yumiya though. Excuse me, before we get to that. I'm sad goon has become a degenerate word. I think it's funny. It's weird because we already had edging, and now we have gooning. And they kind of mean the same thing, but not 100%. I don't know. I read somewhere that they added skibidi to the dictionary too. So the language is always evolving, guys. Like the word banged once upon a time meant hit. I was a young man back then. Yeah. Oh, that's too much water. We're just using flat purple for the hair. Nothing too fancy right now. I might come in with like purple with a little bit of blue to like get in the ridges to make some shading. Like this song Banged, yeah. It was a banger. Nothing funnier than watching Mafia documentaries and hearing he was one of the biggest goons. Gooning and edging are two different things. So, this might be where my naivety comes through. But I don't think gooning always meant that you finished. So, that made me think, oh, then it's just like edging. But then it was like, oh, no. You can, when you're gooning, you can finish as much as you want. And I was like, what the hell? So I've heard, and then another definition I saw was, oh yeah, it could be either or. And I was like, well, if it's either or, one is edging, the other is gooning. I don't understand this newfangled language, this post-COVID English. I don't know. Now you guys can call me an old man or whatever since I'm in my 30s. Haha, he doesn't understand. I think I'm taking this way too seriously. Yeah. Maybe that is my problem. I do take things too seriously sometimes. What were the dinosaurs like? Yeah. We used to ride them and call them Yoshis. Or evolving just backwards. Yeah. I saw a kid complaining about school making them have to turn in their phones or something. I didn't understand the video. But it was like, yeah, you're at school, you need to put your phone away and listen. And the person responded with, no, you don't get to tell me what to do with my phone. It's my property. And I'm like, oh my God, you're so entitled. Just put your phone down and listen to the teacher. But then I saw it was like one of those Twitter accounts that like posts a new viral video every 20 minutes, and then underneath it is linking go here to buy this. And I was like, this might not actually be a kid. I think it was just someone rage baiting to get the Elon bucks, so I blocked them. Spoiled brats. What's up, Brazen? I think it's like 40% American students are illiterate. You guys, did I accidentally bring us to the public education part of the stream? And I didn't even intend to? It could be false, but if so, it's extra sad. Dude, yeah, that would be weird to like pretend to be like a high schooler to get mad on the internet to piss off other people with you pretending to be entitled. I just like being a regard when people ask if gooning and edging are the same thing. I just tell them people uninformed. It's like saying the hard R versus ending it with an A. Is it? I don't know if it's that serious. We will get one day get a stream with Will coming on with his hat backwards and saying "How do you do, fellow kids?" God, I hope I don't look like Steve Buscemi by the time I'm doing it. I mean, I like the movies that he's in, but he is definitely a weird looking dude. I hope I age more gracefully than that. Pretending to be a high schooler and then gives big Discord mod vibe. True. And then it suddenly makes sense why all these companies are like, we need you to upload your driver's license so we can prove that you're like over the age of like 18 or whatever, but we'll totally be safe with your information. Maybe Rocky will share a secret to eternal youth. Well, if Rocky could talk, I hope he says, yeah, the reason why I've lived so long and I look so great the way that I am is because Bill, my owner, took really good care of me. He pays me, he feeds me very expensive food. He takes me to the vet all the time. Buys me all the treats and all the exercise that I could ever want. How's Rocky doing? He's doing great. He's asleep behind me. I bully him for his food. Sometimes I sneak onto the counter and steal a whole pizza for myself. But he doesn't eat pizza anymore, so that's never going to happen again. I would be mad if Rocky ate one of my like super expensive vegan pizzas. I was like, okay, I want pizza. I have to eat pizza with no tomato sauce and no cheese. And then Rocky would be like, oh, nice, pizza. Gulp. Yeah, Karma, I eat vegan pizza. Because I can't eat cheese. And I can't eat tomato sauce. So I get the blandest, most boring pizza. I guess at this point, I just need baked dough in the shape of a disc. And I'll call that a pizza these days. I'm at this point where it's like... just let me sprinkle vegan cheese and olive oil and I'll pretend it's a pizza. It sounds like it's got a bone in it. Oh, Karma. You showed me the video. I know to order my pizzas boneless. That's just a pancake? Can't eat pancakes. They're made with egg. Ah, yes. My daily intake of gluten discs. That's right. Gotta do the Red Lobster biscuit pizza. Oh my god. I did take my grandmother to lunch because there's a Red Lobster near us, and she loves Red Lobster. And she's like, we gotta go so that way they don't go out of business. And I did break my no dairy for those cheddar biscuits. I think I ate like 4 of them. And my lunch. Those things are like manna from heaven. They're so good. I couldn't imagine a whole pizza made with that biscuit mix though. I think you'd be a little dry. Yeah, but those biscuits are crazy good. Yeah, I ate like 4 of them there at the restaurant, and then they gave me 6 more to take home. How did that turn out for me? So I can do little bits of dairy and egg without it like instantly ruining me. But I also, especially with what happened recently, I also can't push my luck. So, it's got to be like a once in a while kind of like special treat for myself. So, yeah, after the procedure I had, I'm taking my health a lot more seriously now. See, look, I'm already down to sugar-free Red Bull, taking my carb intake down. But, yeah, I'm not gonna roll the dice with the dairy and egg as much as I used to. You just add extra water and flatten it down, crispy crust. Yeah, I can still have gluten karma. Once a decade event kind of deal. Maybe I actually don't know where my limit is, but probably once a week at the most. But I wouldn't push my luck that much. I had 1 beer at my sister's wedding, and it was awful what it did to my stomach. So I just don't think I can even drink alcohol ever again. And it wasn't like I had like a crazy super hoppy craft beer or anything like that. I drank a Coors Light. Because my brother-in-law loves Coors Light. And I used to love Coors Light. Coors Light is an awesome beer. And I drank 1, and I was so sick the rest of the night. And they're like, we're going to go out drinking some more. I'm like, I don't want to like go back to the hotel and be by myself. So I was like, all right, I'll come hang out. So I spent the rest of the night drinking Coca-Cola. Too much sugar for me, but better in the long run, considering everything. Boo, Miller High Life. I'm trying to think which family member of mine was like, Miller High Life is the best beer. Maybe it's my stepsister who was like, yeah, Miller High Life. Because they were both drunk, my brother-in-law and my stepsister. It was hilarious how much they were trash talking each other's beers and stuff. And I think one of them was the Miller High Life, yeah. Budweiser, like my childhood Tierra told me to drink. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Didn't he? Yeah, I guess he did drink those on the on WWE. I guess I can. Well, let's start painting over the black. I've got German gray. So this is like a really, really dark gray. So what this should do over the bodysuit is like look black, but still let me use black as a shadow color. Because you can't go darker than black, even though there's an anime called that. Ironically, beer makes me sick. I can do liquor though. You know, it's probably for the best. I just don't do alcohol ever again. Because it is like a poison. It's just a very, very weak poison that you have to ingest loads of over a long period of time. And then maybe you get an issue. But I think spices are kind of the same way. They're supposed to be like a type of poison to deter people from eating them. And when I say people, I meant animals. And then here comes humans that are like, oh, building a tolerance. Yeah, my tolerance is completely dead. Like, what are those hot chips that kids like to eat now? Are they the Takis? Are those the little rolled corn chips that are spicy? I tried eating one of those, and like, in moments, I was just like, oh, Oh, awful. Way too hot. And I'm watching my nephews, just like handfuls of them, just like, oh, it's not that hot, Uncle Will. Like, you have no idea. I have no heat tolerance anymore. I thought they tasted pretty good. Like, there was a little bit like a chili lime flavor that I thought, oh man, this tastes really good. And then it was just heat. And I was like, oh, it was awful. What's up, Insectoid? If you cut all that stuff from your diet, you'll be skinny legend. Don't feel bad. I'd love to be thin again. I'm on my way. I'm down to 185, and I'm still trending down. Still working out. I'm going to be able to work out harder now, because part of the medications I'm taking are supposed to put energy back into me because I've just been so fatigued. Did I see what you said? Oh, shoot. I had to scroll up. Hang on a second. I'm sorry, Skeletor. I might have seen it, and then... As a certain Bobcat with a new game said, what could possibly go wrong? A lot. I don't know what game you're talking about, though. Sorry. Alright, scroll back down. I'm going to be swole. I'd like to be skinny. Will I catch up to Rocky? Probably not. Rocky is still a strong little dog. I mean, I can still carry him. Or he just lets me carry him. I did try to wrestle him earlier, and he ran away. Oh, Insectoid, did you ever play Rogue Trader? I was talking about that earlier. He's ready to put you through that wall. Yeah, maybe he's just giving me... He's like, I'll give you a chance to live, old man. I think Takis is alright. If anything, I'd go for the sweet spicy chili Doritos if I want a tingle. Yeah, unfortunately for me, it doesn't... the spicy chips don't come in as a tingle anymore. Oh, and another thing I found for cutting sugar is... I think it's called Joyride. The Joyride candy. I think it's made with like sugar alcohols instead of like actual sugar, or they just like don't put as much sugar in it. That stuff's really tasty. I was impressed. I could let you write a tweet. No, I think I need to figure out my own content schedule again. I appreciate the offer though. I do want to do a punishment stream again. I'm thinking Sekiro might be the game that I do that for, since I haven't beaten it. You meant Bubsy. Okay. This chat was right. I didn't know who you were talking about. I'm sorry. I set this... I don't have, see, I need another tray to set my pieces down on. I don't get much fun anymore. I'm going to change jobs and work till I drop. Ugh. Yeah, I think I lost a job interview because I told the manager interviewing me, I was like, hey, look, I'm tired. I've had health issues. I'm not in my 20s anymore. I don't want to work a sales job where I'm burning myself out. I want to find a place where I can build relationships with my customers and, you know, hopefully retire. That leg looks like black glass. Well, it's still wet since I just put a layer of paint down. And it's an anime babe, so I don't think we mind if she's a little shiny. The lacquer spray that I will put on her when I'm done painting her will make her a little glistening too, so that should make her sexy when we're done with this. But yeah, I'm painting this dark gray down on top of it, so that way I can come back in with black later, and maybe like on the ridge where the thigh high is, I can leave black shadow in there. But yeah, this way, using a dark gray on top of black, I can then use black as a shadow color later. Yeah, I do need another tray because I can't set this up and I don't want to set it down. Wait, maybe I have a... I don't think I'm piercing that. Maybe this side. Nope. Okay. We can find something. We're smarter than this. I just need something to stab this giant toothpick into. Here we go. This might work. Hang on a second. Nope, never mind. Spare Amazon box. Set that off to the side. Stab it into an eraser. I don't have an eraser handy. Alright. Back to what we were doing. This thing where I need to be working, but I figure if all work is hell, I'd rather work a short time for more money than longer and not go anywhere. Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't know if I have it in me to do a work till burnout, quit. I don't know, my two aspects are looking pretty cool. I'll have to relocate either way, but one of these jobs I'll basically be able to pick whatever salary I want, because the company is hurting for talent. And I know what I'm worth, and I know what I bring to the table. Another company I might have a little bit of a harder time to get to pay what I want. But one of the people I was talking to today was saying like they didn't post their salaries on the website, but they said, "Oh, it's very competitive pay." And I'm like, "Well, different people have different definitions of competitive pay." But this guy doesn't work in HR, so who knows? That made me realize there hasn't been a pencil in my household since high school. That was 7 years ago. Really? I always have mechanical pencils around. Not pencil. Yeah, I was like, define competitive. Like, are you going to pay me more than what I was making? I mean, like, I know my resume doesn't say how much I was making, but I'll tell you what I was making, and then you can tell me higher or lower. Or, you know, get my hopes up and be like, oh, well, we won't start you at that, but you can earn that. If posting doesn't have pay, I'm skipping. The other thing that makes me skip listings now, too, is when they say pay of up to, and I'm like, yeah, okay, so that means I will never see that money. The other one that's really been chapping my ass is I go into these places and I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for my next career, and they're like, oh, okay, well, this is a 1099 position, so we contract you. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you're just wasting my time. I'm like, well, but, and I'm like, no. There was one place, that told me I could get a promotion within my first 6 months of working there. I'm like, what? That seems really weird that you promote after 6 months. Sus? It was a sus company. I had another company that was like, yeah, we really need a salesman in your region to sell our product. And I was like, oh, well, what's your product? And like, here, they sent over a slideshow presentation. And I was like, oh, this is just selling point of sale devices. I'm pretty sure you're just like selling Clover point of sale. And like, yeah, but we have different software that runs on it. I'm like, okay, well, what does it do? And it's like, well, if the customer pays with credit card, it shows a credit card price, and if the customer pays with cash, it pays a cash price. So you're passing off that like 3% processing fee for credit cards off onto the customer. So the market, the store doesn't have to. I don't know, why couldn't I think of the word store? That was really weird. I was like, huh, interesting. And then I look it up, and it's like, oh, that's illegal in California. You can't have two different prices in California. I'm like, bro, your product is already banned in one of the 50 states. And you want me to sell in Illinois, which if California bans something, you can bet your sweet dippy that Illinois is going to be right behind because they are neck and neck in politics. It's like, yeah, let me take this job, and then, like, who knows? Like, they sign into law banning this thing, and then your product is illegal for me to sell here. What do I do then? Sweet dippy. I think I got that from Ed and Eddie. That's not a will phrase either. If one state bans something, another one will mandate it just to dab on them. That's true too. Ed Boys mentioned. I love Ed and Eddie. But I don't want them to be like, oh, let's resurrect this and bring this back. I don't think Cartoon Network's been doing that. Unlike Disney, that's like, oh, hey, let's, well, Mulan was a flop the first time through for us as an animated movie, but yeah, let's make a live action Mulan. That's a good idea. And then we'll split the male love interest into two different characters so he's less problematic. Because it's 2025, we can't have a female lead falling in love with the character of authority. She has to be the authority. I get the point that the job market is competitive, but that's not a number, yeah. Gumball is the only one I can think of. Gumball was weird. What's up, Torny the Witch Lord, saying William is a man. Yes, this sounds like the star of an RTU stream. Who's also been having tremendous crash outs recently. To get into the wall cow segment of the stream, dude, everyone's just been melting down lately. Speaking of love, the anime manga I'm hooked on right now is The Summer Hikaru Died on Netflix. It really speaks to me. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. I haven't watched Dan to Dan season 2 yet. I gotta meet up with the wife and say, hey, we need to put this on and catch up. I guess I'm also just really in a holding pattern until Free Run Season 2 comes out. Oh, wait! Oh my god! Is it the Chainsaw Man movie next month? Hang on. I might be hyped for something. September 19th. Oh my god, it is literally in 1 month from today. Oh, hell yeah. Summer Hikaru died is pretty gay. Be warned, like gay AF. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're liking it. I don't know how much gay I can handle. I can handle Dimitri levels of gay. That's about it. CN isn't gonna. Oh, Ed and Eddie isn't gonna be on the top of the list. No, probably not. There was no Captain Lee in the original Ballard. Oh, I didn't know that. So they added a character for the animated show, and then the live action, they're gonna split him into 2 more characters. Interesting. I'm only looking. Oh, he's in the opera version. Oh. I didn't know all this history with it. I thought they added him for the animated. No. Disney can go up in flames. Not been super thrilled with anything they've been putting out recently. I had people telling me like Thunderbolt, like it's to the point now where people go, Thunderbolts wasn't that bad because they've done so many they've done so many worse things. It's like, well, that doesn't really inspire me to like go watch Thunderbolts, even though I've been playing Marvel Rivals and I'm starting to like Winter Soldier a lot. Like, I'm not gonna go watch a show because it's like the least bad Marvel movie that they've put out in recent years. I'm a manga person, so unless it's an original story, I won't care what's going on with animus. Gotcha. I like Thunderbolts and recommend it. Well, I do take Reggie's word. Mushu and the ancestor stuff is what Disney inserted in. Oh, yeah, okay. Disney inserting Mushu makes sense. Like, oh yeah, let's let's add a cute animal companion for merchandising. I don't even know if they made much Mushu merchandise. I just know I was listening to EFAP and they pulled up the Mulan numbers and how critics back in the day said Mulan was not a hit for Disney. If you take my word so much, let me borrow a fry. Reggie, you can eat all my french fries because I can't eat potato. I didn't enjoy Thunderbolts. Century was bad. The underpinning of all serious moments with a joke was infuriating. Dude, that is just the new writing. That is what everyone wants now. Or that's what everyone thinks that everyone wants now. Mulan was the last grasp at trying to reach the Chinese box office. I think they still try to reach the Chinese box office. That's why they CG out lesbian kisses in like Star Wars movies. China won't like that. We gotta take it out. I did get caught up a little bit on the Chainsaw Man manga since I did mention Chainsaw Man. The next book that releases in English comes out in October, so I gotta wait till then. But unfortunately, I've seen so much chainsaw stuff on the timeline that I'm like, I kind of already know where the story is. I just got to wait for the publishers to print the book in English so I can add it to my shelf. Did I know some dude made a chainsaw Denji ice sculpture in Alaska? No, that sounds badass. Yeah, one of the artists I was following, Denji, was doing pretty well in one of their character polls, but he ended up losing. I would really like to have a Denji print someday, so I can have him, Power, and Himeno on my shelf. I think it would be cool to have them all side by side. Another artist that I like released a crap. Why can't I think of her name? The main girl in part 2. Why is her name slipping my head? She's got the War Devil in her. Holy Mitaka had a really cool Mitaka print that I might print and paint someday. The nice thing is, since a lot of the characters in Chainsaw Man are just, wearing everyday clothes, be like, oh, okay, I just have to paint brown boots, the orange eyes, and the red mark on her face, and then ta-da, she's done. But the pose is really cool. I like the character, so. I might just have an all chainsaw shelf one day. I'm doing that thing again where I start painting up close and you guys don't see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to try to cover all the white with the sky blue, and then we'll come back on top of the sky blue with white, and then hopefully I can make it look like whooshing cloud effect. Next surgery, I'll get a chainsaw implanted in myself. Dude, it wouldn't be bad to make a deal with Pochita and become Chainsaw Man. Hey, what's up, Inochi? How are you doing? I wouldn't mind a little bit of immortality or pull on a ripcord and my body goes whoop, perfect health, Just sleepy tonight. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. First stream back in like a month. Just trying to get caught up on this painting commission that I'm behind on, but at least now I can show the customer, hey, I am still working on it. I didn't just take your money and run. There actually is a model and it is getting painted. Another artist that I'm following on Patreon, they do a thing where, like, for every 3 months that you've supported them, you can request a free model from them. They have Lynn from Fire Emblem and Dimitri, and I think I might cash in and get both. I've been following them since January, so I think maybe in October I'll get a third one, and I might request Fern from Freerin as my third one. Because I like Freerin as well. But I think it would be cool to paint my own Dimitri to add to the shelf. Blue lions suck eggs. All right. Do we have mods on duty? Can they take care of that guy? I bet he likes golden deer. We tolerate no blue lion slander here, Reggie. I haven't even played Golden Deer. Fair. but but I've already met the man of my life. I don't need to play another route. Now I kind of want to swap the music to Fire Emblem. Three Houses maps and challenges were the most disappointing part of the game. Yeah, but yeah, the story was okay. I mean, I know it's not Awakening, but I mean, it's like it was still a good story. I thought it was enjoyable. It was definitely better than Engage. Like all Engage needed to be like was go get the Dragon Balls before your evil Dragon Father gets the Dragon Balls. And I've been okay. And then they tried to do this whole like thing of like redemption for the bad guys, to, like make them look grayish in terms of morality. I was like, I don't care. Like, I want Fire Emblem. Oh, Engage definitely had better maps and challenges. I'm talking about from a pure story standpoint. I think Three Houses had the better story. Because the bad guys were bad. And they did bad things, and you didn't feel bad, or the game didn't try to make you feel bad for killing them. And then Engage, it's like, okay, this guy stole the rings, he's gonna wish for the apocalypse or whatever, and I have to stop him, and this, that, and the other, and then you finally defeat the main bad guy. He's like, oh, I was just doing it for love from the Zero Emblem, which you don't even meet the Zero Emblem. No replayability. The story doesn't change. None of your decisions matter. Your mom, the Celestial Dragon, is horrible with strategy. But if she wasn't stupid with how she stored the Dragon Balls, there wouldn't be any conflict to the game. So like the whole conflict of the game hinges on the main players of the story making dumb decisions. Oh, and then the main character, spoiler alert for anyone who's played Engage or hasn't played Engage yet. The main character dies like 4 times and he gets to cheat death 4 separate times. I hate that kind of stuff. I hated when they did it in Naruto to Sasuke. Sasuke should have died like at least 5 times in the story, but he had the biggest plot armor. Pissed me off so much. Like, we're just gonna come up with some of the most contrived reasons to keep the favorite character alive. Power of Colgate branded hair. Binding Blade's still the better game. What's the one that they just added to the Game Boy Advance on the Switch? With Erica and not Seliph. What's his name? Sacred Stones? Sucks? I don't know. I was having fun with it. I like the characters. You have La Rochelle, which I don't even know if I'm even saying her name right. She tries to do good, and she has this like Sailor Moon aspect around herself. I think one of the maps is like, I'm here to save the day, and then like Erica's like, lady, we just killed all the monsters. We're totally fine now. And she's like, oh darn, maybe next time I can be the hero. And then she rides off again. It isn't until you rescue her that she's like, oh, I was the damsel in distress this time. Let me join you. You have multiple routes. I thought was really cool. That's about it that I can think of. I apparently forgot to save at the start of one of the maps, and then like one of my characters died, and I was like, okay, I'll just restart because I always save at the beginning of a map. I'll just start over at the beginning. And then I apparently hadn't saved in like 2 maps, so like 3 hours. And then I just put the game down like, yeah, I don't need to play this right now. And I haven't picked it up since. But from as much of it as I had played, I really enjoyed it. F-Frame. Okay, that's his name. I forgot his name for a moment. Sasuke never won a fight unassisted or against a healthy fighter. Nope. I don't think so. Yeah, his fight against B is like the biggest example I guess I can think of like plot armor, assistance, whatever. Like, B should have killed him once, and then Jugo, or whatever the curse seal mark guy, like, trades his youth or something to revive Sasuke. And then Sasuke's waterbending friend with the sword comes in and starts fighting for them too. And then B kills that guy, or almost kills that guy. And then he has to bite the red-haired girl and drink her chakra to heal himself again. And then B's like, okay, I'm gonna take off now. This fight's going nowhere. You know, I'm not winning as easily as I thought because this dude's got like 4 get out of jail frees. And then Sasuke's like, okay, I'll use my Mangekyo Sharingan. And then he uses the freaking fire thing, which is supposed to be an all-consuming fire that can never be put out. But guess what? Sasuke can put it out. He's the only one that can do that. Yeah. That fight alone was like 4 get out of jail frees for Sasuke. I was like, all right. He's the favorite child of the show. And I hate him. The best way to win a fight is to bring a gun to it, honor be damned. I don't even know how guns would work in Naruto. I bet some of those characters could react faster than a bullet. Sorry, let me pull this back down. Yeah, that's what kind of like took me out of enjoying Engage. It's just like, oh, the main character died. Oh, we brought him back in a unique way. I was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, oh, and then we brought him back in a way that you've seen used already. It was like, oh, okay. And then it's like, oh, but that's only temporary. He's gonna die again. Oh, okay. And then we used the Dragon Ball wish to save him. And it was like, how many times does this guy get to survive dying? Like, having a character cheat death once can be really cool if done right. Like when Rydia shows up in Final Fantasy IV. It's like, wait, I thought you died when the boat got attacked. And she's like, well, nope, not exactly. She comes back, saves the day, becomes a more powerful wizard for the party. I just played Final Fantasy IV in the Pixel Remastered version on the Switch and really enjoyed it, so it's forefront of my mind. Trying to think of another story where... Oh, the Dark Knight, the Batman movie where you think Commissioner Gordon's dead. He comes back and like captures the Joker off of it. I was like, oh man, that was kind of cool. First time seeing that. You know, it would be cool if bad guys would get back the same way. Yeah, you don't. That's the other thing that like. One of the cringiest scenes in Engage is when you finally beat all the evil knight characters. Oh my god, what was their group called? I'm missing it. It's not coming to me. The Four Wolves, let's pretend that's what their name was. And you finally beat them, and it was like, oh, I guess it would have been nice to like swap sides and be happy, and you know, I just wanted the best for us, and our little group is like a family, and blah 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 blah. But it's like all crammed into like one big scene, one cinematic at the end. Like you got no inkling that these people had any ounce of humanity in them or anything, and that they're the bad guys, and that's why they worship the evil dragon, this, that, and the other. And then you just like kill me with dialogue after I beat them. But the cool thing you can do in other Fire Emblem games is you can recruit characters that are working for the bad guys but not like super enthused about it. Like the first Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem game is like, that's how you get Guy the Myrmidon. He's a mercenary, and he's working for the bad guys, and they're like, hey, your job's to just do this and shut up and blah blah blah, and he's like, there's no honor here. And then you can have Ellawood talk to him, and he's like, I see, you have a more just cause, let me fight for you. You know, that kind of stuff. Unicorn Overlord had that kind of stuff, where like, you'd fight a guy, and he was just like, you find out like, oh, he was just, following orders, defending his kingdom, his people love him. It's like, I can't kill you. How about you work for me instead? And, I think 9 times out of 10, that's how most characters got recruited. Because they wrote Elaine to realize, oh yeah, once I overthrow the evil empire, I'm going to need... I'm going to need people to help run the kingdom, and who better than people who were part of the old kingdom when my mom was in charge, I don't think you liked Engage much. I loved Engage for the 2 playthroughs that I could manage of it. I did my 1 playthrough on the stream. I did a maddening playthrough off stream. Some of the characters are nice. I love the designs of a lot of the characters, but like most of the writing for the game just sucked. Like I said, it just needed to be like the Blazing Blade with Ellawood and Lynn and Hector, where it was like the bad guy is bad and he's evil and he does evil things like consume his underlings for quintessence or soul energy or whatever it was, so he can make more powerful evil artifacts to give to his soldiers and resurrect dragons and all the horrible evil stuff it was. And when you finally get to him to beat him, he's just like, shucks, my plans were foiled. It wasn't like you go to beat him and he's like, oh, well, I was only bad because there was a guy who influenced me to be bad. I wanted him to say he was proud of me for being a bad guy. Like, that's what the ending of Engage was just like, all the hype, the swelling of the music, the final summoning of the emblems, because the emblems use their Dragon Ball effect and they're fading away, and it's like, no, I need you guys for like one final push to beat the bad guy. And it's like, you got any last words? He's like, oh, I wish my dad said he liked me more. And it's like what a wet fart of an ending. It was so bad. And the DLC was worse. I thought the DLC was going to make the writing better. And then the DLC was, oh, the sister knew all along that the bad guy was bad. And then, but she didn't say anything. She just played along for all the DLC chapters. And then she felt bad for the bad dragon. Not that bad dragon. So, to make the bad dragon not feel sad anymore, kills herself to make him feel ultimate sadness. I don't know. And then he's like, oh, well, maybe I can spend 1,000 years to resurrect her. And then, oh, well, time just flows differently. So, in the matter of moments, oh, yeah, I resurrected my sister and we're happy and resolved and everything's fine. Let us come fight for you. Oh. So bad. I really need to finish making that video on how much I hate the writing on Engage. So many of the other characters are cool. Alchrist is really cool. The older brother of Alchrist was really cool. Can't remember his name. It definitely was no Ogre Battle. Ogre Battle 64 is still peak. And Unicorn Overlord is up there too. And we get Final Fantasy Tactics next month. So we'll get back on the tactical... the strategy RPGs. Binding Blade was about moral gray area. Every dragon general you were up against in Binding Blade had no ill will towards your army, but won't join out of duty. That's fair. I'm thinking like some of the, I guess, more underling characters might be like, oh, I don't have strong hatred against you, or I don't like the main bad guy who's in charge, so I'll join the rebellion or whatever. I need to go back to Fates. I got stuck on the one map where Corrin turns into a dragon and I never beat it. So I think I just need to turn Fates back on and power through that. That might be the better Fire Emblem game. Chapter 5 is rather simple. Don't say that, because now I'm going to feel stupid because I can't beat it. Or I can't beat it without letting anyone die. Fates was a fun game. I mean, I mostly need to finish it so I can put it on my, you know, I've finished Fire Emblem games, and then also I can return the cartridge to its rightful owner, because I didn't realize that cartridge was super rare and super expensive, so I just feel bad that he's letting me borrow such a thing. I think I'm going to try Fate soon, gotta get more of these games under my belt. I mean, if you liked Ogre Battle, if you have a Switch, I'd get Unicorn Overlord, Reggie. I really liked Unicorn. And that one's got multiple endings, but there's like one true ending that if you pay attention, you can get. I beat Fates, it's the better game over Awakening. Now see, that seems like a strong opinion, because I thought Awakening was pretty good. And I normally hate stories that involve time travel, just because most of the time time travel is not handled well. And I guess if I really think about it, I can make myself dislike. I guess they never really explain how they time travel. But like you put two characters together, they A rank or S rank together, and they have a kid in the current timeline, and then you can find the kid from the future traveled back and past in your timeline. Somehow that makes sense. I am definitely not on White Bat Audio anymore, but I love this song too much to change it. This is a Perturbator. Humans are such easy prey. Fates doesn't force you to marry anyone. Oh, you don't have to force me. I think I want to marry Xander. I feel like Awakening does have a lot of just accept it moments. Yeah. I haven't played enough Fates to decide if Xander is the correct choice. I guess you also have Camilla too. Maybe that's the correct choice. Yeah, we'll just let YouTube recommend music. You guys can see what my normal listening playlist is like. Now that we've listened to 2 hours of White Bat Audio. It did save the franchise, so you gotta respect it. I mean, true. I mean, gameplay-wise, Awakening was solid except for one detail, which I will harp on for until the end of time. And same turn reinforcements. That mechanic is horrible. Like, give me a turn to like retreat, regroup, protect the dancer, you know, anything like this. But then it was, nope. And Binding Blade on normal, there were ambush spawns. Yeah, but maybe in Blazing Blade when I played it as a kid, that was there, and it just forced me to reset every time because we didn't have the time rewind mechanic. But Three Houses didn't have that, and even if it did, I could at least like time rewind and like play around where the ambush spawns are. All it did. I mean, I hate to use the phrase because the guy ruined it, but it did feel like a beginner's trap. Where I'll advance forward, and then it's like, oh yeah, those unassuming houses are actually hosting the entire enemy army. They'll spawn 6 cavalry to come get you. It's like, oh, okay. And I'll just restart and remember that, you know. Okay, YouTube-san, please don't take me down. I'm in the zone. I can't go change my music. I actually don't recognize this, so maybe it's okay. Oh, it's a remix of this song. Okay, this is cool. Gondola, did you see Lords of the Fallen 2? Phil playing Three Houses. Yeah, let me use the time rewind mechanic to restore the wall and not Hanuman or Hanuman or Catherine's life. I'll let my characters die, but I need that wall to stay up as... You posted it in the group chat. Oh, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. We need to finish Lords of the Fallen 1. I'm just going to go back in time 15 straight periods to exact Judith die over and over. Yeah, poor guy didn't know that the RNG is set in Three Houses. So you can't just use the time rewind and think, oh, I'll shield dodge one of these attacks. Oh, I got a ton of paint on me. It's not how that works. We would have to stop getting sick. True. But now I'm mostly not sick anymore. And I've got 2 new medications, Gondola. They're injections. It actually kind of sucks. I have to go to the doctor's office once a month and they have to stick me in the butt to deliver these medicines. And I thought, oh, that's not too bad. Because, I mean, like, I've had my blood drawn, like, once a month this, like, whole year. As they've been, like, trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And then after, they're like, okay, yeah, we got your new medicine and everything. And here you go. And it hurt. It hurt for 2 days. Like, it hurt to sit. Like, they gave me one shot, and I was like, oh, that one's easy. And they're like, yeah, this one's the hard one. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, because this medicine's a lot thicker. I was like, what do you mean? And then the nurse goes, dink, and boom. And then I was like, it felt like sludge being pumped into my butt. It was in the muscle. Not the hole, the muscle. Was I tensing my muscles? Yeah, of course I was tensing my muscles because they were sticking me with needles. Twice. But anyway, long story short, I feel a lot better. But those first 2 days of me after I got my injections, I was like, holy cow, my ass hurts. Hurt to sit at the car, hurt to sit at the computer. Just get up and pace around because I just couldn't sit. Well, I think I'll get used to it. I mean, I'm going to have to. There's no way to be mature while having this conversation. I know. That's why it's fun to have conversations like this. I gotta laugh about it, Reggie. I mean, I'm so glad I had the procedure done. All worth it to be a skinny legend? Dude, all worth it to, I don't know. They told me 3 times it wasn't cancer. They said it was pre-cancerous, what they cut out of me. I like, so if it's not cancer but pre-cancerous, does that mean it would have become cancer? And they go, yes. So I'm like, did I have cancer? So like, I don't have an official cancer diagnosis, but I guess I dodged cancer. But like, I don't know. They cut, it was the size of a green pea, was the size of the mass that they cut out of me that they said was abnormal. Or if you've watched Young Frankenstein, is Abby normal. I was so confused, I almost asked your symptoms so I could bother my doctor. Yeah, it was all the stomach ache stuff, and I finally got my doctor to refer me to a gastroenterologist who does a colonoscopy. And then during the colonoscopy, they cut out a part of me, and he's like, "Yeah, that wasn't good. It was a good thing we got it, but that shouldn't have been there." Hey, Craig! Holy cow! Thank you so much for the raid. We love arts and crafts. Yeah, we're working on a figure here. Did they give it back to you? No, that's a good point. Darn Sig. Okay, now we're gonna play the original song. Hang on, I need to find a new playlist. It's like when they did the operation to take my kidney stone out. They didn't give me the option to keep the kidney stone. I should have asked for that. Colorectal cancer is actually a common killer. Everyone should be screened. Yeah, so here's the thing. They used to do, like, mandate, you turn 50, you get a colonoscopy. And then they brought the age down to 45. Well, I'm 35, and I finally got insurance and everyone to say, okay, yeah, he needs a colonoscopy. And so they go in and they find the precancerous mass. And my GI's like, oh yeah, if we let that stick around till you turn 45, it would have been really bad. I was like, but I don't have cancer. He goes, no, you don't have cancer. Like, but it was pre-cancer. He's like, yes. I go, okay. So am I more susceptible to cancer? He goes, yes. And I'm like, oh. So I got that to deal with, but how's the painting going? Going pretty good. I have a good mix for skin color because Yoruichi is a little bit darker than I'm used to painting, but I got a good mix. I can show off. I just need to paint yellow on the lightning so the lightning looks like lightning and not carrots. Okay. What was I about to do? Punch something, apparently. Wait, hang on. Why would you keep that? Hey, look what I pissed out. I thought it'd been really funny if I took the if I took my kidney stone and gave it to my wife. Like, you know how people put like little sand or stuff in like the little necklace vials? If I did that with the kidney stone. I was about to change the playlist. Oh my god, darn Sig, thank you so much for being the brain in my head. Since the real brain's not working. Cyber, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Crag. Congrats, Crag. Sorry, the Twitch alerts aren't working. I think I need to re-log in through Twitch through Streamlabs. What were you working on tonight, Crag? I wish I could have kept my heart. I would have put it in a jar and kept it in my freezer. Dude, yeah, you know what? Because your heart was bad, so it's like they probably just threw it out once they took it out of you. I mean, yeah, why couldn't they give it to you in like a jar of formaldehyde that you can keep on the shelf or something? Another White Bat audio playlist. We let some copyrighted music play, so my stream's gonna get claimed, guys. But hopefully it doesn't take it down. Playing Zelda? Oh, which Zelda? If you're going to pay a lot or taxes to get something nasty out, you might as well keep it. Yeah, I have no clue how much your heart transplant costs, but yeah, they should have let you keep your Hey, here's your bad heart that gave up. It was explained that it's technically waste, so it gets tossed. Yeah, I know it's waste and it gets... Dang. Could have gone in with hazmat suits and gone dumpster diving. Actually, I don't know how you would dispose of that. But I guess it can't hurt to just throw it out in the dumpster. Hey, what's up, Captain Waffles? How you doing? We're talking about going dumpster diving for bad organs at hospitals. Yeah, I had my tonsils taken out a few years ago. You incinerate used organs? Oh, you incinerate certain organs. Gotcha. We're doing RimWorld in real life. They won't let you keep your organs? Yeah, I would have kept my tonsils in a jar, maybe. One man's bad organs is another man's treasure. They let that guy on Reddit keep his foot when he had his foot amputated, and he made... This is really gross. I'll give you guys a second if you want to mute. But they let the guy on Reddit keep his foot when they amputated his foot, and he made foot meat tacos. And he ate his own foot meat. Well, they can't let Reggie have his heart. They can't let me have my kidney stone. They let me keep my wisdom teeth. Why not a heart? Yeah, that's true. They didn't let me keep my wisdom teeth because apparently the way they take wisdom teeth out, is they crack the teeth. My voice. Speaking of cracking, my voice cracked on the word crack. They crack the teeth and they pull out the pieces of the socket and then they suture the socket. And the Sekiro anime looks so good, bro. That's why that's probably why I need to do a Sekiro playthrough. The Sekiro anime does look really good, and we do need to get back on a normal topics. We're not talking about procedures. I think it depends. Sometimes they don't need to crack them. Maybe I just got unlucky, or maybe that's the excuse they told me when. So my mom's a weird lady, but she's kept all of our baby teeth from when we were kids. So I think she wanted to have the whole complete set of Will's mouth. All my baby teeth and my wisdom teeth. So I don't know if they just threw them out or if they actually did have to, pop them out. I can't believe Sekiro's getting an anime. Nah, Sekiro is pretty cool. And it's a little bit more straightforward with the story because I don't think it has multiple endings, but I could be wrong. I've never beaten the game. But, I mean, you have, a set main character, unlike Dark Souls and Elden Ring, where there's so many other different ways to play the game. I don't know if there's a canon Elden Ring, Wait, it does? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm talking out my ass right now. I will never show anyone the video of me crying about wanting to give my teeth to the Tooth Fairy. When I was under Goof Gas, Oh, it has multiple endings. I see. Hey, take it easy, Sinzakuro. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. They didn't let me keep my wisdom teeth. They apparently turned to dust while fully covered in my gums. No wonder it hurt. Oh. That does sound like a procedure and a half. Oh, I think I was going to show skin color. Oh, this one's still a little bit more pink. We're going to have to put another coat on, which I guess if it's dry, I could do tonight. Yeah, it feels dry. So we put a layer of pink down, and then we put our special tan anime girl skin mix down. And I think she looks pretty good. A few splotches here or there, but another coat will take care of that. Yeah, I watched Power Guy play a bit of Sekiro. He's a cool VTuber. Yeah. Maybe we'll just go ahead and put another... This is dry, right? Yeah. We'll put another layer of tan anime girl. Is this my number 2? It is. Oh, I should probably use my number 1. Yeah, we'll do number 2. I've got good brush control. I can use the big brush. If I ever figure out time travel, I'll sneak into the operating room and steal my old heart. Where did it go? It did quit on me. Well, see, that's what I'm thinking. Is like you keep it in a jar and you just look at it and be like, you may be a quitter, but I'm not. That's why you couldn't be in me anymore. Or something. I don't know. Or just look at it and be like, oh man, I'm lucky to be alive. Trash talking my failed organs. Yeah, exactly. They can't talk back. It'd be funny if they did, though. It'd be like, oh, what's that Fallout New Vegas DLC? Or they take out your spine and your brain and your heart. And then your brain's like, I don't want to go back in there. We got shot when we were in there. Not Big Blue. It can't be called Big Blue. That's a F-Zero track. Old World Blues. Yes, thank you. I think I left all my organs out on my character because I think the buffs that you got from having the bionic spine and the bionic brain and the bionic heart were way better than being a normal dude. I was like, wait, shit, this is raising my stats and making me immune to poison or whatever else it did? Sure, yeah, you can keep those guys. Cyborg is better, yeah. Look at Raiden. Turn me into Raiden from Metal Gear Rising, please. Less chem addictions? Oh, yeah! Raiden got heals. Dude, he's got flexible heals. His heals are like a big thumb. It's, oh. Crazy. And he can, like, move at the speed of sound or something. He can jump from rocket to rocket to rocket on, like, a rocket battery. God. I should play Revengeance again, because Gondola's going to ask me to. I do need to play Devil May Cry 5 at some point, too. I think my goal right now is to, for the rest of the year, is to try to finish Atelier Yumiya. Hey, what's up, Don Vare? Hope you're doing well. Is to finish Yumiya. Finish, hey, what's up, Nabil? It has been a while. Hope you've been well. Finish Yumiya. Try to start and finish Devil May Cry 5. Tactics and Kirby Air Riders are going to be the games to play, I think. Unlock the other Raiden outfits. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't... My first playthrough of Revengeance was clunky. I should go back and make a This Is How You Don't Play of my own playthrough. Yeah, Air Riders looks good. Oh shoot, Saru showed me a game earlier that's like 7 Days to Die, but inside of Black Mesa. Abiotic something. Oh my god, we were watching another VTuber play it. It's like sci-fi horror base building. I can't remember what it's called. Abiotic factor. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. That looks right up my alley. We're also going to do a Peak collab at some point. Anne gifted it to me. So it might even be with Anne. It might be with another group. I might do multiple Peak collabs. But Peak looks hilarious. I was showing people at my sister's wedding what Peak was. But like, I have family members who don't even watch VTubers, but they knew about the Chibi Doki Peak clip. Like, they knew about Chibi Doki only because of how viral her playing Peak and her scream when she fell. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. Hi guys. Ah! And it's of course proximity chat like Lethal Company. So as she's falling, her voice is fading out on everyone else's reaction. Hey, thanks Insectoid. You have a great night. Appreciate you listening to me complain about all the shit I've gone through. But yeah, it's appreciate the kind words. I might check out your gay show. We'll see if it's too gay for me. But hey, good luck with the job hunt, and hopefully we'll see you again soon, bud. Have a good night. Oh, my paint's getting dry on the. Get wet. There we go. We don't want clumpy paint. Yes, get the underarms. Try to cover up all the... I don't mind like minor splotches in between the brushstrokes, but like... I need to... There's a couple big spots that we need to like get a good coat on. Okay. Then we'll do the back and we'll do the other arm. I have to buy you dinner first. It's easy to get anybody wet. You just need a cup of water. Yeah. Yeah, we don't mind throwing on multiple wet coats. Keep the paints nice and thin so they don't goop up. So that way the skin looks nice and smooth and sexy, because that's what we like. I'm worried I might have gooped it around her neck a little bit, but thankfully her hair will cover that. If we did. Alright, we'll just trust that to dry correctly. But yeah, if we get the skin on, then I can use masking tape and paint the bodysuit. Music is kind of low. Oh, I never sent my Go Live tweet. I see it on my other screen. Alright, let me know if that's alright. Oh well, I'm getting back into it. Forgetting to send my tweet is just par for the course. The other thing is, if we do thin coats, hopefully the thin coats won't show my brush strokes so much. There we go. Could call it super secret return stream then. Yeah, if I do another layer on the skin, I might do a put a little bit more rose in it. Someone recommended a color, and I bought it. It should be here. It's called like Athena skin or something. It is called Athena skin, this one. So what we'll do is we'll mix a little bit of this in, which is like a darker reddish pink, in with the skin color. And we'll thin it real thin, and I might run that in like the crevices where her muscles are and where her thigh folds up right here, to do a little bit of shading that way. Oh my god, is there a hair trapped on there? I hope not. Yeah, I'll just call it a super secret return stream. You had to be there. But yeah, no bells and whistles for coming back to streaming. I just want to have fun. I don't want to. I haven't been taking things super seriously, and I kind of don't want to take things seriously because it does take the fun out of it. Okay, can I get you in the drying rack without touching anything else? There. Okay. Alright. We need another coat on the face. I'm gonna mix another batch. Oh, not that one. Olive. Medium flesh tone. Love life, but don't take it too seriously. Yeah, I don't know. I think when I first started the channel, I had this idea of it being serious and professional, and then I think I just like burn out the fun really quickly doing that. So, I have some ideas for some videos. I think I'm just gonna do like yapping videos. I mean, they'll still have a topic, but it'll just be what I feel like talking about. Like, I want to finish the engage video, since I feel like I can talk about that for a while. But I also have an idea. I found a group that I've been playing Magic the Gathering with online. I bought the Final Fantasy pre-con commander decks, so I've been getting a little bit back into Magic again. Oh, that might be too much. So I thought it would be fun to. I had a channel like 10 years ago where I talked about Magic the Gathering, so I thought it would be fun to like do maybe, I don't know, like a deck tech video, or even a I was wrong about Final Fantasy for Magic the Gathering, and make videos on that, or a video, because I fell for the Universes Beyond stuff. The Final Fantasy precons are good. They're a lot of fun to play with. It's brought a lot of people to the game, and then it's been like, it's been selling so much. So it's been good for the stores too, which is good. You know, we want our game stores to make money. I think I put too much green in. I'm trying to balance it out. Okay, maybe we're getting back to where it was supposed to be. I feel like I've wasted a lot of paint trying to get the right mixture down. Start a podcast. I did have an idea for a podcast because there's another VTuber who does a lot of Mega Man content called Power Guy, and I thought, oh man, what if he and I did a podcast together and we called it Willpower? You know, Will for William and Power for Power Guy. But I don't know what we talk about. This is like a tad bit lighter. Maybe I need like another drop of green to bring it back. Okay, that might be too little. Okay, all right, no more. The name is the most important part anyway. I'll tell you what, if I had a podcast and I call it the Level 1 Podcast, every episode I would raise the level. So that way you knew it was episode 2, episode 3, episode whatever. It's such a good idea. Especially when you want to pick the name to stick it to the haters, but oh well. Yeah, this looks alright. I got it. I mixed it pretty close. That actually sounds good, boss man. Yeah, too bad there's already another level 1 podcast. But he's stuck on level 1 forever, so who knows. Please don't be too green now. He's trying to own the negative memes against him by living up to them in every possible way. Dude, he's been... Did we talk about him yet? How about how unhinged... I think I talked about most... Everyone's been going unhinged lately. Like, Amber Lynn's fighting with her aunt on camera. Which I thought was weird, that she would address someone so directly. He went on that rant against one of his donators. He was like, you need to tell me who you are, because I don't trust you. I think you're Iron Chef Sakai. I was like, bro. Way to tell Iron Chef that, like, you still think about him. How bad that Scorn clip was for him? The Scorn clip? What was the Scorn clip? The one Moist Critical covered? Remind me. It was just the begging. Okay, so it wasn't like anything else significant happening. It was just like severe begging, and now we're talking about how the begging has become the norm for him. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he's like turning into Ethan Ralph that way, where it's like you do something crazy like that once and everyone talks about it like, holy cow, can you believe he's done this? And then you do that every single day. And now it's because it's the norm, no one bothers to talk about it now. Now it's par for the course. It wasn't send you spoon levels, it was just begging. Okay. Yeah, I was watching him in the Discord earlier before the stream. And he's playing as he calls it, Soikoden. And I'm doing good, Don. How are you doing? And how one of the characters is like, I'm hungry, go get me rice and flour or something like that. I was like, and then I mockingly was like, guys, I'm hungry too. If you want to see me eat a glizzy for DSP tries it, let's get some support. But instead of even rolling it into the gameplay commentary like that, he just goes, guys, let's get some support. If you guys want to see more, like, he just holds his games hostage constantly now for support. Like, he starts and stops a game in the same day now, if it doesn't hit the money. I got a big booed mummy action figure. Hell yeah. And my Gwennom amazing Yamaguchi got delivered to the family in Japan. Ooh, okay, cool. Do they send you do you order stuff to them and then they send it to you here? Because some of that stuff's Japan only. Yes, that's a nice arrangement. Alright, put the hand in here. Do I think he'll straight up cut out the games? I thought he was heading that way with how long he insists on running his podcast. And then he started doing this, I'm going to skip the podcast to get more gameplay in kind of stuff that he does. So, I don't know. But back when I covered him, I said and he's pointed out even since then too, where it's like, guys, all the support I got today was on the podcast. No one's tipped since I started gameplay. Like, I've been saying since I was covering him, like, he really needs to just stop playing games and just podcast, get all his money, and then turn off the stream, and then go blow the money on WWE Champions right away. My slutty Gyaru chick is arriving in January. Hell yeah. I have a Ryza print from one of the artists that I follow, and I thought about painting her like a Gyaru too, because there's like the mod for a Gyaru Ryza, you know, the blonde hair, tan skin. I was like, yeah, that might be fun. Do like a slightly different, like a spin on Ryza. I don't know. It was just an idea. All right. I'm going to try gray on top of the brown and see if that gives me a good stone color. He probably knows he can't carry a stream by himself. Oh, he absolutely can't. Have you like watching him do the podcast part when he like runs out of steam 45 minutes in? He's like, "Okay, guys, we got about an hour left before we hit gameplay. Let's do some Q&A." Like the Q&A segment just gets longer and longer and longer. And the Q&A is doing something like, "I don't know, Reggie, I've never eaten KFC." And then like literally 30, 60, 2 minutes of silence, staring at chat, messages coming through, nothing he wants to respond to. And then he goes, "No, I don't use Uber Eats, I use DoorDash." And then 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 2 minutes. "Why did you mention KFC?" "Because of the wedges, and I sent you the tweet. That's why." She's on Discord. Let me go take a look. Oh, I'm getting pinged all over the place. I hate this keyboard. Oh, hell yeah. That's cool. Is she posable? She looks articulated, so yeah, I would assume that she's posable. Damn, those are big. What the? You gotta hope she's balanced right. She's gonna fall over. Holy moly. The thing is, he has B's dick to talk about, so he has unironic fans getting sick of the podcast. What? Why is he talking about another guy's dick? Why would he talk about that on his podcast? Buy you some KFC. What was the episode of South Park? Was it the Casa Bonita episode? Where they get KFC on the way home. And Kyle's mom was like, "Not now, boys. You can eat dinner after we unload the groceries." So they go back to the car to unload the groceries, but of course Cartman doesn't go because he's a dick. And he stays back and he starts eating all the KFC. But he only eats the skin off the chicken. Anyway, Cat and Waffles. Yeah, I'll buy you some KFC. You can have the fries and I'll eat the chicken. Oh no, that's the one where he's died and thinks he became a ghost. That's right. Okay, it wasn't the Casa Bonita episode. That's the one where he convinces Butters the world is ending and locks him in a fridge so he can steal his invite to Kyle's birthday. Not because he likes Kyle, he hates Kyle. But just so he can go to Casa Bonita in Denver. Which is a real restaurant, by the way. The writers for South Park bought the restaurant. But it was closed when I was in Denver, so I didn't get to go. Not that I can eat a whole lot of Mexican food anyways. Yeah, you can have the... Actually, you know what's fire at KFC is their mashed potatoes and gravy. It's probably one of the foods I miss the most is mashed potatoes. The stupid nightshade intolerance. Can't eat good food anymore. KFC outside the States doesn't get all the southern sides. I never really thought about KFC really having southern sides. It was always like mac and cheese, fries, mashed potatoes, coleslaw. Like, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't eat a lot of KFC, but I don't think KFC has like fried okra or collard greens. I'm pretty sure those are staples in southern cooking. My hair is cheese. It's about the same color as cheese, isn't it? I wouldn't eat it though. Oh, we got another raid. Pass the remote. Thank you so much for the raid. It's not going to pop up because my Twitch isn't working on Streamlabs for some reason. But hey, thank you so much, dude. I hope your stream was going well. I'm on an Auschwitz diet. It's not quite that bad. But, oh my god. The caterers, I almost pissed off my sister. Not that anything that I had done, but she had collected everyone's dietary restrictions. What's up, Mal Zero? I think the model's going really good. I got the right color for Yoruichi's skin, I think, so she looks really good. She had gotten everyone's dietary restrictions because there was like vegans and gluten-free people at the wedding and stuff. And I gave her my, frickin' CVS receipt long list of stuff that I can't eat and can't avoid. And I was told to just go to the caterers and say, hey, I have a special meal. And they go, oh, are you vegan? And I go, no, it's a little bit more restrictive than that. And they pull up my name on the list, and they're like, oh, we can make you a salad. And I just, returned to my seat with, an empty plate because they were making me the big salad. And my sister's like, well, what the hell? Where's your food? I told her, I was like, they didn't make anything for me. She and my brother-in-law got so pissed. So I eventually did get something, but they kind of, those caterers kind of flopped there. Here's the glass of water. Yeah, it should have been, here's your white bread and water. Too many restrictions and all you're left with is water. So what I ended up getting was, all I got was, it was like a plain roast chicken, right? I think it was like salt, pepper, garlic, olive oil, but it was delicious. I'm not fancy. I can't do fancy. Just plain chicken roasted in the oven. It was great. It came later because I was a restaurant nearby that had a truck that delivers the catering food to the venue. So they were able to make something for me and bring it over. But just feed the man. He has no standards. I don't have standards, but I have restrictions, yeah. Bread and wine. Can't do wine, but yeah, bring me bread and water. Can I eat lemon pepper? I think so. I've been sneaking lemon back into the diet. You should have just gave a nice hug. As a chef who does catering, restrictions are ass. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm that annoying customer that's like, I can't have tomato, I can't have potato, I can't have spices spicier than black pepper. I can't do red meat. At the time, I couldn't do nuts and seeds, but I got some good news about the colonoscopy is a disease that I had been previously diagnosed for was misdiagnosed, and I can eat nuts and seeds again. So I'm back to cashews and almonds because I love those stuff. What food can you eat? So I can eat chicken. That's not a problem. I eat a lot of fish. A lot of rice. Though I need to get my carbs down, so probably less rice these days. Sweet potato, because sweet potato and white potatoes are two different potatoes. Sweet potatoes aren't part of the nightshade group, so I can get those. Still a lot of vegetables I can eat. You know, I eat a lot of broccoli. You know, just the basics. Carrots are still fine. But yeah, I have very delicate. Oh, and then dairy and egg. I can't do that. Those, of course. So no cheese, no Parmesan. Do I prefer raw or cooked? My meat? I prefer my meat cooked. I don't know. I like cooking my vegetables, but I mean, I've had nights where I go, you know what? I'm just gonna chop this broccoli up and eat it raw. I love broccoli. I could eat broccoli raw. That's not a problem for me. Cauliflower too. I like cauliflower. Cauliflower rice is alright. And peas and beans and oh, I can eat corn again now too. That's another food back on my diet. Popcorn's back in my diet. We should celebrate the things that I got back in my diet. Popcorn is so good. And it's pretty light on the calories. No dairy and egg, huh? Yeah, that sucks. Because dairy and egg is in frickin' everything, dude. Flavored popcorn? Yeah, what's this? Is it Himalayan Gold is the brand? I found this at well, I found this. The fiance, she found this at Costco. And it tastes so good. I think it's made with coconut oil. It's like it's vegan popcorn, so they don't use real butter because I can't use real butter. But I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, it tastes really good. One more hour till 30? Hell yeah. I'm gonna try to get some gray down on the rocks to make them look like rocks instead of just dirt. And then I might wrap things up here because I can't do much more while everything is drying. I guess I could do more lightning. Popcorn is the healthiest snack you can eat. Play some rank then? Nah, I'm probably going to go to bed after I'm done streaming. I dropped my car off at the mechanic to get it looked at. Because I have the check engine light on, right? So I was like, all right, new car, check engine light's on. What's going on? When I say new, I didn't buy it brand new. It's a used car. Bought it from a family member. Since, I lost my job, I lost my company car. And, but I needed a car, so. The manager at the Midas starts telling me, oh, well, you're going to need new brakes, you're going to need new rotors, you're going to need new struts, blah, 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 blah. Like, just lists off all this stuff and tells me it's going to cost $3,000. I was like, wow, you got all that from the check engine light? And she goes, oh, no, that's just your fuel sensor. I was like, oh, how much is it to fix that? And she's like, $350. I said, fix that, because that's all I want fixed. But they had it all day. I dropped it off this morning. They called me like a half hour before they closed to be like, yeah, this is all that's wrong with your car. For $3,000, you can buy a new car. That's what I said. I said it's a 2009 Honda Civic with like 200,000 miles on it. Like, I'm not putting $3,000 into the brakes. That's not what I asked you for. I just needed to pass the emissions test so I can get the registration on it. So now I don't think I'm going to take it back to that mechanic. I've been going to Midas since I had my first car at 16. I don't think Midas is run the way it used to be 20 years ago. Just buy a motorcycle. I really want a motorcycle. But I had a friend I played World of Warcraft with, and she told me a story about a boyfriend who had a motorcycle, and he got into a horrible accident with it. And I mean, he was like, he was paralyzed from the accident, or maybe lost some of his mobility, but it came back or something. But I mean, like, I don't know. I heard the stories. I was like, okay, I am never getting on a motorcycle in my life. As cool as they are, never. I would have asked how worn down the brakes were. I knew the brakes weren't worn because the family member that I bought the car from, they had gotten the car tuned up before selling it to me because they didn't want me to have any surprises. They were super nice. And said, hey, Will, we just took it in. We got some of the work done, blah, 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 blah. So for Midas to be like, oh yeah, the brakes are shut, the struts are shut, your shock absorbers are bad. I'm like, what? No way. I mean, I agree it's better to be safe than sorry, but I think I was getting taken to task because I had gone in and said, hey, I just need the check engine light checked. And then they did all this other stuff I didn't ask them to do. I think I'm almost out of paint. Give me a little bit more gray so I don't have to pour more out. Oh, that's really wet. Oh, well. It'll work for what I'm doing. Get in there, in there, in there. Get a bicycle. Unfortunately, things are too far away where I live to really bike to. Because I live by a highway, and everything is off of this one highway. You can't safely bike on a highway. I don't trust other drivers anyways. So many people drive these days just like staring down at their phones. I'm surprised there aren't more accidents. Get an e-bike. E-bikes are cool. They're kind of expensive. I think I'll just keep my Civic until I get a new job. One of the jobs I'm looking at will give me a company car. So I might be able to sell the Civic back to the family member I bought it from, or do something else with it. I don't know. Another place I'm looking at, they give you a car allowance, so they reimburse for gas and maintenance and stuff. So if I get that job, I might buy a new car, because it is a sales job, so part of sales is looking nice. So, and that does include your car, especially if you're taking customers like out to lunch and stuff. So I'd probably buy a new car in that case, so I can schmooze a little bit. Hopefully I get a receipt to return that car to your family. Yeah. It's family. I don't think they're going to screw me over with it. I mean, they're helping me out. Oh, okay, you are J. King. I was going to say, No, they're helping me out so much, like, because I got the car for a deal, and it's super nice of them to go, oh, you lost your company car. Well, we have this extra car we don't drive a lot. So, but I would like to get a new car one way or another, so that way they can have their car back. All right, I think we'll paint gray on the little rocks in here in the windstorm. Have I seen Twisted Metal yet? No, I have not. Was it any good? They made a Twisted Metal movie, right? You're not asking me about a Twisted Metal game? Making sure I'm caught up on the correct forms of media. It's really good? Hell yeah. I remember playing that. Was it on the PlayStation that we played it on when we were kids? That's a TV show by Peacock. Oh, okay. I don't think I have Peacock, so I don't know if I'll see it there. Too many streaming services these days, man. I liked it when Netflix was the de facto monopoly on this stuff, and then everyone else is just like, oh wait, why would we pay to license it to Netflix when we can make our own streaming service and have people pay us to watch our stuff? And then it's just like, oh, well, I'm gonna yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Except I'll give the rum to Reggie. Because now it's not convenient to stream stuff anymore. I almost forgot my my login to Netflix because I don't use Netflix anymore. Because like now the basic plan has ads. I have Hulu and Netflix only as well, yeah. But I use Hulu more than Netflix. I mean, Hulu has way more stuff than Netflix does these days. And Hulu is at least nice enough to be like, okay, hey, you want to watch Archer? That's great. We're going to play an ad at the beginning of the show. So get up, go get your popcorn, go refill your drink, you know, that sort of stuff, right? Netflix is going to play ads in the middle of your movie and your show. Like the most intrusive form of advertising. And then the options are so slim on there too. I think it's because they try to get people to come in on their hit Netflix exclusive series like Stranger Things. But then they kill good shows like Inside Job. It'd be funny if all these services end up getting bundled and we just have cable TV again. Could you imagine? That'd be so funny if we just cycle all the way back around to that. I got gray on my fingers and I'm getting gray on the model. They killed Castlevania? I didn't know they killed Castlevania. Oh wait, I forgot I have Amazon Prime, so I get Prime Video too. But Prime's another one where it's like, the pickings are so slim, and if you do want to watch something good, you gotta pay for it. It also blows my mind that a lot of like really good movies, or at least critically acclaimed movies that I haven't seen that I try to go watch, is some of these good movies just aren't on any streaming services anymore. Like, since I've been unemployed, I was like, oh, I could put this movie on and catch up since I've never seen this movie before. Like Taken by Liam Neeson, starring Liam Neeson. Never seen it before. It's not streaming anywhere. I can't watch it on anything. I have to like go to Amazon and like buy the movie to my account, which doesn't count as buying the movie. It's only a license until it comes off of Prime. But you still have to pay full price for the frickin' movie. I was like, what's the point of all these streaming services if I can't... if not everything is on there? If you can, I'd recommend watching Sinners. Okay. I want to go watch Weapons in theaters, but COVID's kicking my ass. Oh, dang, dude, I hope you feel better. I thought I had COVID. I'm feeling a lot better, though. I was worried I caught COVID from the wedding. Because I came back from the wedding and I got kind of sick. And it was like coldish, flu-ish symptoms. I'm like, oh my god, if I have COVID a third time. But I tested negative and I feel good now, so. You have a wedding this weekend, funny enough. Oh, hopefully you're all better from COVID and you don't bring it. Thankfully, I buy DVDs and physicals. Yeah, it's just another case for physicals winning again. Especially with like the game cert cartridges on the Switch 2 and all this AI verification bullcrap. You may have spread it to the groom at the bachelor party. Oh no. Sadly, I have to acquire old shows. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's going to be again. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been documented that if you make things convenient for the consumer to buy, use, pay for, I guess buy and pay for mean the same thing, but like get access to the things that they want in a reasonable way, they will. And it will cut down on piracy. But if I can't find the things that I want after, a reasonable attempt, I mean, if the pirating sites have easier ways to access the content, then yeah, maybe I'll just hop a ride on the 7 Seas, man. I said all the time, there's games I paid free $99 for that I would have gladly paid for, especially Nintendo. There's some games that are so good, I've bought them more than once. Because I've had them multiple accounts or wanted a physical copy or, something like that. I've bought Resident Evil 4 so many times. No, I've bought Final Fantasy 4 so many times. I bought it on the iOS store to play it on my phone. I bought the DS version. I bought the 3D version on Steam. The normal version on Steam. I think they had the normal versions on Steam. And then I didn't buy the Pixel remasters, but I got gifted the Pixel remasters. I guess that doesn't count as me buying it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Tactics. Yeah, I gotta finish. The goal is to finish Yumiya So that way I can like kind of free up my schedule for another RPG. We're going to play Final Fantasy Tactics. I never played the original Tactics on the PlayStation, so my first taste of Final Fantasy Tactics was Tactics Advance. Is that the Final Fantasy I always see you playing? On the Switch? Oh yeah, I guess we are Switch friends. Yeah, if you've been seeing me on the Switch playing Final Fantasy, it's Final Fantasy IV and the Pixel Remaster. And I gotta say, the Pixel Remaster was awesome. The music is good. They kept the sprite work, but they made the sprites like more colorful and stuff, and updated some of the special effects, but kept the special effects as pixels, if that makes sense. So like it all ties in and looks like it belongs together. Like, it feels like you're playing the game on like a souped up Super Nintendo. It doesn't feel like, oh yeah, we took this and put it on modern hardware. You know, it looks and feels really good. I like the Pixel remasters. I might finally play Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3. I've never played those. And it also has Final Fantasy 5, so I can play that one all the way through. I never beat that one. Though I saw Internet Historian has another channel called Story Mode, and he does these explained videos where it's like going over the plot for different video games, and I kind of want to do one for Final Fantasy IV, because playing it again on the Pixel Remaster made me realize how goofy. I love Final Fantasy IV, but the story is so goofy. What is better, 4 or 6? I think 6 is the better game. And that's hard for me to say, because 4 was my first taste of Final Fantasy. But I think 6 has the better art. I think 6 has the better effects. Being able to swap out your party is a really cool thing that you don't have in Final Fantasy 4 or 5. 6 has a really good story, yeah. Ten was your first? Oh, 10's a really good one to get as your first. But like, you get a key item in Final Fantasy, which is a key. It's literally a key item, a key. And if you've never played the game before, it doesn't really give you a hint where to use it. What you do is you go to this town that's built at the base of a mountain, and it's got a well in the center of it. And you go to the well, and you throw the key into the well, and it causes the mountain to erupt like a volcano. And then later, you're getting chased by the bad guys on airships. And so Sid, your airship engineer, is like, oh, fly out of the hole, and I'm going to jump off the side of the airship and detonate this bomb to close the hole up behind you. Okay, so Sid kamikazes himself to close the hole that you had to use a special key to open in the first place. And then you find Sid later. He somehow survived blowing himself up. And you're like, Sid, we need to get back to the surface. We have a new airship that we stole from the enemy. And he goes, okay. And then he puts a drill on the front of this airship. And then you have to imagine how the airships fly is they have wings that go up and down, and they have propellers up top. I don't know if they have propellers they might have propellers in the front. But somehow something that's supposed to fly like this is able to go vertical and fly up and use its drill to dig a hole in the ground that you had just closed in with a bomb moments earlier. I'm trying to think of what else is goofy. There's like just so many little goofy things like that. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. I don't know. I guess the game's old enough. Maybe I can spoil the ending. But I feel like the ending... I love the game, but like the ending has just been like... Plot point. It's like, oh, you're not actually human. You're actually an alien. And the main bad guy of the game is also an alien. But he's been controlled by another alien that also has big mind control powers. Oh, and the character who's telling you this is also an alien that you just met a moment ago, but he knows everything about your father, who was an alien that came to Earth and gave Earth all the technology that they use today. And that's all within like one dungeon that you get all of that explained to you. No, not Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy IV. I'm going to install Dungeon Siege after the stream. Hell yeah. All this talk of old games about to sail the open seas. Populous is still one of my favorite old games to play. And Master of Orion too. I don't know. We're almost at 11:30. I'm out of Red Bull. Yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. I do have more yellow that I could put on the lightning. I can do that next time. I can do that behind the scenes. But I think we got the right color for her skin. On the head, the hand, the body. There's a part of the body I'm worried that didn't dry correctly and I might have to redo it. But I felt like we made good progress. It was just nice to do something simple to catch up on. Aw, boo. If I get employed again, Reggie, I can't stay up past midnight. Much. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. This was just to ease me back into talking and getting used to stuff. We haven't gotten to the education system yet. We talked about it briefly, and then I think I got sidetracked. Yes, you can bother me with collabs. I already have people that they were like, "Oh wait, you're coming back to streaming? Let's collab." I'm like, "Oh nice, cool, let's do that." Though also some of my other collab people are not streaming anymore, so that sucks. Next stream will be Thursday, and I'll start in the afternoon instead of the evening. And we'll be playing RimWorld, because that's a game I can play forever. It feels like. But we'll get back to the RimWorld playthrough, and then Sunday we'll play Atli or Yumiya, and we'll see where we can get on Yumiya. And I'll make sure to get the Twitch stuff figured out. I think I just need to re-log into Twitch through Streamlabs. I think I've just been out of the game too long with this last break. Yep, zip it up, zip it out. Stay dangerous. Have a great night, Joe. And Cyber and Malzero and everyone else. Darnsig, Cat and Waffles. Glad you enjoyed the stream. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one on Thursday or Sunday or whenever I see you again. We will do the thing where we find someone to raid. Let's go ahead and do that. Boop under customization. Redirect. Oh, she started at 3 o'clock. There's no way she's still alive. 8:30. We'll raid Faloo on YouTube. I didn't know she was on YouTube. She's playing old school RuneScape. So that should be cool. And then on Twitch... What if we raid her on YouTube and Twitch? That'd be really funny. Let's raid Faultier, who's playing Wolfenstein. Raid Faultier VT. Alright, if you guys are sticking around on YouTube, say hi to Faloo. She's a Red Panda streamer. We've been following her for a while. She's playing old school RuneScape. And Faultier is a cool guy, and they're playing Wolfenstein. So I will see you guys Thursday for more RimWorld. Till then, stay safe, stay out of trouble, make good decisions, take care of yourselves, all that great stuff. And thanks for welcoming me back. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.